Sorry, boss. The Met PCSO, so for instance, if you commit an offence and you don't give a name and address that I can prove is legitimate, I believe it to be true, then I've got the Met Police PCSO has got the power to detain you, which means ask you to stay with them until a police officer arrives. Where it goes further with us, we've got the power to detain and use force if necessary. So, you know, I can place you in cuffs, I can push you to the ground.
So what confuses me is if you stop somebody that you believe is committing an offence,
Yep.
then like you ask their name and you want them to tell the truth and also date of birth.
Yeah.
Then like if you look on the birth certificate,
I've got what's called a PDA, which I can check everything on here from Police National Computer.
oh, but what I'm saying is on the birth certificate it says not to be used as identification, Crown copyright.
I don't know.
So they own the name.
Yeah.
And then you ask the date of birth. How can I be honest and tell you my date of birth?
If I don't necessarily need your date of birth to prove your identity.
Can I extend the ticket?
No, sir, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
You go and get your new deal card.
Yeah.
And the supervisor will give you your ticket.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't badger, otherwise you just tear it in half. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. You go and get your new deal card.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Otherwise we just tear it in half.
Okay.
Right.
Right, because the thing is, right, I've just got out of prison basically,
Yeah.
and for the reason of I got stopped by a PCSO
Yeah.
in Acton,
Right.
and she saw me on my bike on the path,
Yep.
and she was like, "Oh, you can't ride that bike on the path, rah 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 rah," and the rest of it. So I've locked my bike up and I've turned around and I've said, I didn't have the best of days. I could have dealt with it better.
Yeah.
I said, it's my understanding you're a PCSO, you have no powers of arrest, no powers of detention, which you've just corrected me on, you do have power of detention and reasonable force, you say. But
They haven't. We've got powers. We can use reasonable force. You need training to do that.
okay.
Yeah. We have to do 2 days a year training.
So she wasn't allowed to grab me or anything?
Well, she can grab you to say you're staying
I'm
with
gonna
me.
be late. I'm gonna buy it.
Boss.
I'm gonna buy it because I'm gonna be late.
Right. Okay.
I will buy another one. And then when I provide, they will refund me.
No. You go and get your card now.
No, what I'm saying is
No.
I
You're
will
gonna buy
buy
a
a new one
separate
now.
one.
Sir,
I will
you buy a ticket and travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're travelling, then that ticket's going in the bin.
Yeah, and then I will prove it and then I will refund
No.
me.
Not at all, sir. You go and get your card, and then
Because
it's
I can't-
fine.
because
That's not
son-
my problem, sir. Your issue is to bring that card with you.
Right,
Sorry.
yeah, so well, basically she grabbed hold of me in the doorway and the rest of it. I said, now you're committing assault under common law. You've got no consent to touch me or anything like that. And then we come outside and I unlocked my bike. And she grabbed hold of my bike and I said, well, you've got no lawful claim to that. That's theft. And she goes, I'll give it back to you if you give me your name. I was like, so you're trying to coerce me into contract?
Yeah.
You've committed assault
What
and
offence
theft.
did you commit? Riding your bike on the pavement?
Well, allegedly, but it comes under the Road Traffic Act anyway, and that requires consent. Because we are governed by consent, aren't we not?
Yeah. Good, you're clever, aren't you?
Well, basically, I've studied law because I believe,
So, listen, right, you study law and you end up in prison. What did you do wrong?
tell the truth.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an offence in a police state, the way that I see it. But you seem like a great bloke, you know what I mean? Like, and
I'll do my best, but that's the idea of PCSOs, is to get to know people,
Yeah.
talk to people. But I'll tell you, you've studied law and you seem like you've got it all up there, and you've gone and blown it by going to prison.
no, not really,
Yeah.
because like what I'm trying to do with my life anyway is
Yeah.
get rid of all the divide that's been created between yourselves,
Yeah.
the people on the street. And it's been put there for just one reason, monetary gain.
Yeah.
Like you're taught to do a process and fill out tickets and the rest of
Yeah.
it. And if that process isn't done correctly, it's not given the force of law.
Yeah.
But you're not taught how it's given the force of law.
Yeah.
And that's where the corruption comes in, because it's all down to lawyers and courts.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be something that you'll find very interesting,
Yeah.
that not a lot of constables believe me, but when they research it, they're like, oh God, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You are working for a registered corporation trading for profit.
I don't know.
No, exactly.
I'm paid by the railways.
Right. Which are a
The Met
registered
Police are paid by
corporation.
your council tax.
Where does council tax come from?
That comes from the public, doesn't it?
Right. Now, did you know the birth certificate, going back to that,
Yeah.
not to be used as identification, Crown
Yeah.
copyright?
Yeah.
Now, if it's Crown copyright and they own it, and if you hold it up to the light, it's printed on bonded paper. What's printed on bonded paper?
Money, isn't it? Yeah.
So you own a stock share in a corporation called United Kingdom PLC.
Fantastic.
And the thing is, because you haven't claimed the right to it, there's a Roman maxim in law: he who does not know his rights has none. Because you haven't claimed the right, the HM Treasury control that bond. Now, that one share is worth over 30 million.
Yep.
So they don't want you to know that you've got 30 million in private spend. Because you can sign off anything with your signature, because where the country's operating in bankruptcy, it has no money of value, it's just a promise to pay.
Yeah.
So they have to supply a remedy, and you've got the Bills of Exchange Act. Under the Bills of Exchange Act, you can request of any corporation a true bill and sign that with your signature in a certain way, accept it for value, and then it goes to your trust fund account, your birth certificate, and gets paid. Now, these are the things that the governments don't want us to know, and they get, just like yourself, a pawn in the game to like enforce the statutes and acts, which are enforced by consent.
Yeah.
It's just.
So why haven't you got a fantastic job?
I don't want to work for money.
No?
I think that's where the corruption lies.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It's every time people use money, because it's a fiat currency, it creates more debt. Because when the money runs out, they've got no money, they have to borrow again.
Yeah.
And they have to pay it back with interest. So if they pay it back with interest, where are they going to get the interest from when they've run out? They have to borrow again and again and again. It's a big con game, which is keeping everyone enslaved to the monetary system.
Yeah.
If you ain't got money, they'll make it really hard for you to live. And then if you don't abide by the rules, not the law, because common law is completely different to the statutes and acts, then if you don't abide by the rules, they'll come down on you with a monetary fee or imprisonment. Now, if I did assault a PCSO, I would have got a lot more than 14 days. With my past criminal record as well.
Right, yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? I think they've done it just to try and keep you quiet, getting this information out.
What?
He didn't have one, did he? You know that.
He's searching his bag, but I said to him, look, I'll give a ticket to you. If you go home and get it, I'm happy to let you travel.
Yeah, no, then he ran back and he goes, oh, I'm in a hurry. He's going to just get an
My
extension.
ticket, and he's going to come back with it later. I said, no, sorry, it's going in the bin now. Yeah, you can rip that up now.
If revenue catch him with a child ticket, he'll be done for fraud.
Yeah, definitely.
Many of your mates protesting today?
About what?
Cuts. Police cuts and...
They're not...
Tomorrow?
No, police are doing it today.
Are they?
Yeah, they can't have them a day off tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because they'll be busy kettling or...
Nah, they're getting kettled themselves tomorrow.
You're on the receiving end for a change.
Yeah, well no, the thing is that they're only doing a job, and they're doing what they think is right. And the thing is that every single one of them swore an oath to protect the public, to protect the people, uphold the law.
Yeah.
But what they're protecting now is the bankers' interest, not the people anymore, which is a sad state of affairs.
Property, mate. It's always property. That's what the law in this country is.
Yep.
Anyway, boss, I've got to go to Perivale. Nice talking to you, boss.
And yourself, take care.
Take care.
You have a great life.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure there'll be a few more.
Have a nice weekend, because I'm off tomorrow.